Evening all. I'm just going to put my webcam on. Sorry about this. Okay, ready. Slightly later than scheduled tonight. So I'm going to accept the first challenge from J Russell 2. Okay, so I'm playing. Let's see. Is it going to be? Is it going to be a London system? Okay, I'm going to play for a quick Queen B6. Or maybe not. With the fianchetto, that's slightly different. But yeah, I'll play Queen B6 anyway, I think. Okay, now I don't mind the double pawns. There's a bit of dynamic play here for the double pawns. The active rook, the possibility of B5, B4. I don't know if my glasses are steaming up quite quickly tonight. I've got a microfiber to clean them, which is helpful. You can get microfiber from Amazon if you're experiencing that issue with misty glasses. Sometimes it helps, microfiber. So anyway, I'm going to exploit that pin. So I'm glad to have undoubled the pawns here, and I'm threatening knight c2 immediately. Okay. Now knight c2 is not actually doing that much, though it would appear, and it might actually be trapped there. On the other hand, he's not threatening that at the moment, so what if I just, I don't know, bishop f5, knight h4, I'm not convinced. What if I just move this knight back? I don't want to leave a tactical liability. I think job done there. Just e6, or maybe h6. If I was thinking, yeah, he's going to play for e4. Okay, I'm going to leave this bishop there. Actually, I just want to be able to play. I think I want to play ed without getting murdered, if possible. I know there's a nasty pin there. And this is doing the right thing to undermine my pawn chain. So let's just try and add support to the pawn chain. Hang on, there's knight takes d4, weakness of the last move there. Can I exploit? Can I do that? Threatened knight c2. That's one thing with knight e5. So often it's an aggressive move, but it does mean d4 is a bit softer by default. I've noticed that when playing the reverse French defense, I have a nice. I like the idea of getting a knight to e5, but it does weaken d4. Now here, bishop f5 with tempo is very lucrative, surely, because then if rook a1, knight c2, just forking the rooks. It feels a bit pedantic to do this. There's nothing about a grand plan or anything. It's just pure, we're in the realms of pure tactics here. But just rook a1. It seems quite brutal. Knight c2. I know it's like picking out a technicality, the weakness of the last move, in a way. This wasn't really planned at all. It's just reacting. Okay, so rook a1, knight c2 seems to be forking the rooks. This was like, thank you for the game, J Russell. There's Metanov. So there's Metanov. Hi there. Are you ready? Cool. I'm going to try and keep the game a bit tactical if possible in nature. But the c3 Sicilian, or Alpin is it called, is not so tactical. Nevertheless, I think if he doubles my pawns here, I don't think that's too bad, because white has weakened the light squares a bit. And possibly, this is a nice tempo gain, and possibly, oh, okay, we're in a sort of gambit territory. I wonder if I can just carry on in a sort of gambit style. So bishop takes d6 means I'll get another tempo, because knight f3 and castles, I'll have bishop h2. So in other words, I might be getting another tempo when the queen has to move. So I don't mind with the bishop pair here being a pawn down necessarily. What I do mind is bishop e6, d7 is annoying. I'd rather avoid that d7 check. This position, I know I'm probably going to get a tempo. I say probably, but I don't know. Bishop g5, f6 might be possible. Okay, I'm going to get another tempo here because castling is ruled out because of bishop h2. So let's see. I get another. This is a strange gambit situation, but maybe kind of interesting. I mean, rook e8. What does he do? Bishop e3 doesn't seem totally ideal for white. I might have some dynamic play here. I hope I've got some dynamic play.
Check.
Let's see. So bishop e3. I wonder queen b6. What would he do about queen b6? If he lets that pawn go, then there's c3 after, so undermining a pawn chain over there. There is knight g5, which hits h7, f7. I think that's to be avoided, actually. That does. I'm going to kick the queen, and if queen h6, bishop f8 is possible, because a knight g5 is incoming threat here. So let's see. Queen h6, bishop f8. Well, I don't know to calculate further than that. Okay, with the queen there, I'm wondering about the queen b6 idea. Yeah, I'm going to try queen b6. So the idea, if white castles, queen takes b2, knight d2, queen takes c3. So I'm really just aiming to get a pawn back. On b3, that does seem reasonable. b3. Okay, I'm going to see if this works. So queen c3, maybe putting the queen back on g7 at some point. Is this being a bit too greedy? Have I just munched a poison pawn? I can't see any concrete threats at the moment. I don't like the fact my rooks are not connected. There's a sense of insecurity when the rooks are not connected. And also when there's dark square weaknesses. The thing is, this would be accentuated if I didn't have a dark square bishop. Then there's more cause for concern. And also if the queen was parked on h6, then immediately things like knight g5. But here it looks as though, you know, my queen could defend these dark squares. I could even put the queen on g7. I think I will do that. It keeps an eye on a1 actually, which ties down that rook. So that's interesting. Maybe that can be celebrated a bit more. Bishop f5 also cuts the rook from b1. And if you imagine knight e5, bishop e5, that would be kind of winning a rook there. If that sort of plan, just to probe these two diagonals here, might be interesting. So bishop f5, looking at b1, knight e5. Oh, I didn't expect that. I'm not sure what the idea is. I can't see anything immediate about it. Of course it punctures these squares. Oh, maybe bishop d4. I'm glad I took the time out there. Because in fact there's queen takes a1 check here, isn't there? There's a kind of weakness of the last move. If I did take it bishop d4 and I thought that's annoying, can I do better? Which I'm glad I asked. Now, yeah, queen takes a1 is definitely like exploiting a weakness of the last move. You can see that the energy You know, in boxing, if someone takes a punch, they're leaving some defense behind. It's like that in boxing. Yeah, sometimes you've got to look out for that, which is it's like an unintended implication, because the idea looks good. You know, bishop d4 looks dangerous. I know I've got like f6, but yeah, I just take the rook on a1 here. I think.
Check.
I think this is going to push a knight back. Now, on that still is dangerous. The idea of bishop d4. So that's curious. What I'm going to do here. You know, there might be a queen sack. Almost. Queen f1, bishop a6. Except rook e1 doesn't work. Unfortunately, rook e1 doesn't work. So b takes bishop d4 is a cause for concern. Now maybe it's not that much of a cause for concern. Maybe it is actually. Queen f6 will be mating after. I think it might actually be a cause for concern. No joke. Bishop d4 and queen f6. Okay, I'll take some seconds here at least to think about this. There is a threat I could do, bishop e7. I think I'm more tempted to do bishop e7 now than take this, because this bishop d4 with queen f6 doesn't look entirely pleasant. At first I was checking this out, bishop taking bishop a6, but there's no rook e1. Okay, so I'm going to do this. I'm hoping this is okay. I know this looks like a completely weird response, but yeah, I'm concerned about this battery construction. That he is underlining my dark square weaknesses. When there's a theoretical issue, it's quite rapid in chess how it can turn into an actual issue. It looks like it's more than theoretical, this, even though I've got the dark square bishop. If he had bishop d4, it'd be interesting to analyse that position. Alright, now there is queen g7 here to try and avoid getting mated as the top concern, yeah. Because if I take again, bishop d4 is a double attack on my queen and g7. Very good attempt. Very good attempt. Thank you, there's Metadolf. Okay, bishop mate. Let's play e4, being a bit adventurous. I've been playing around with e4 recently, and I think I learnt something from experimenting with new territory, you know, some of the ideas. I think one of the main ones was if you plonk a knight on e5, you do weaken, you know, your d4, you know, to c5, cd, knight c6, which actually can be very unpleasant indeed. Especially if you play like f4, like this whole diagonal. So yeah, I mean, I think I learned, it reinforced some ideas. So I might actually try different reverse openings to see like the patterns, because I think there's something instructive in that. It did seem to be sort of a learning experience away from normal territory to play e3 in the last couple, you know, weeks on my own, you know, auto pairing stuff on the Kingscrusher channel. I've been playing e3 with some success. I even took down Yardbird in one game with e3 because he played it like reverse French defence and he blundered the piece quite early. I had some success, but anyway, I think we're going to have to abort this game. Any other challenge? Zlog. Oh, Zlog's gone, I think. Oh. Okay, should we try a 3-minute auto pairing? Okay. Now, I'm not getting anywhere recently with the Smith-Morra, to be honest. So I want to change, because this d3 is just, I just can't stand the position. This is, okay, at least this is, Okay, I can play for a quick g4 to put a spin on things here. A unique spin on things, rather than the mainline dragon, I hope. Although maybe this is not panning out correctly as I wanted already. It's never what I want. It's... I don't know what this is. If this is any good, it doesn't look too good. This is not what I wanted, really. But he's taken on c3. That means e6 might be interesting here. I say might. I don't know. Maybe I should just put some pressure on d5 for a moment. It's a 3-minute game anyway. I think some concern has to be put onto the clock situation. Or rather, a lot of concern needs to be. It's nice to be 30 seconds up rather than 30 seconds down, whatever happens. As long as don't compromise the position too much. I think bishop g2 might become plausible. Rook b1 looks useful for that semi-open file, given my structure's wrecked. Oh, this one is interesting. Just to undouble the pawns. If I play bishop d4, I'm hoping to catch up on the clock mainly. Okay, and reach a decent position at the same time. Maybe with f5. Rook a5 for bishop d5. There's also, he might protect this pawn with a6. That looks tempting to play a6, but maybe I've got rook a5 and bishop d5. Now let's say he protects d5. The key thing as well about a 3-minute game, yeah, you don't want to like spend too long on one move. It is a hybrid between, it is mid between you know, bullet and whatever. Okay. Now, intriguing. Can I play rook d2? I think I've once seen a Karpov game where he played this sort of maneuver to put some extra pressure in the center. Right, that's pinned for a moment, I hope. But let's see. Alright, I don't want to give him an easy pass pawn, although I seem to have given him an easy pass pawn. Okay. If I can play for f5, I kick this queen out and play somehow for f5 with maybe bishop d3, f5. Ah, he's going to make that hard for me to do, isn't he? He's suppressing f5, but I think I'm going to play it here anyway to tear open the g file. Right. I'm going to close the g file though with that move. Alright, maybe not. He hasn't closed that. Which means I'm hoping queen d2. He's got bishop h6. Maybe I'll throw that overboard, that pawn, because I want something like queen h5 at some point. Maybe queen f2, queen h4. Can I just nick this pawn for a moment? He's always got g4 after. There's e6 though, is check. So maybe I can. Alright, I'm just wondering e6, check.
Check.
Intermediary before hg. Oh, he's got that, okay. d5, is that going to drop? Nope. Can I use the h file? Nope. Being pushed back.
Check.
Uh-oh. This
Check.
looks mega dangerous for me. But he's only got 13
Check.
seconds now, but it looks mega dangerous. Can I blockade before it's too late? Ah.
Check. Check. Check.
Oh.
Time.
I think I have to try and win on.
Check. Check. Check.
Yeah, sorry. It's just sorry. It's just I lost control on that. I thought I had something, and no, it was only a clock advantage there. It is a 3-minute game. That went pear-shaped quite quickly. Epic. No, classic. Unfortunately, that did go pear-shaped. I hope I go for another 3 minute. How did that go so badly wrong? Was it really that bad? As it might have been. It might have been. Okay, Vladimirovich. Naughty. Right. Now this guy's much quicker. I'm going to fix that pawn because I think this bishop b4 check is handy. No, maybe rook c8 knight b4. Alright, maybe f6 because there's no queen g6 at the moment. So if I can try and break up his centre, is that really going to happen? Maybe I should do this sack. Just intuitively, it looks dangerous in some respect. I'm imagining it looks dangerous. Whether it's actually dangerous is different. Okay, is a different thing. Because he has sealed some of the major perks I would have hoped for. Yeah, this isn't going too well now. I was hoping for more with that diagonal. He's shut everything down so far. Oh, okay, I'll go back there actually. I don't seem to have any dynamic thoughts at the moment. Okay, now, at least that's something, that knight c4. There's knight f5. Let's put this bishop on this diagonal. That's what I wanted for that bishop. And I wanted this c file as well.
Check.
That's a pin, right? Now knight c6, rook takes c6. Oh no, hang on. He's got knight c6 again. I think I should get out of this check scenario. I think it might have been winning there. The queen. Oh, was he? Maybe the knight was holding. Okay. It looks as I'm causing a little bit of... Oh, except that loses the rook. Okay. Can I do this to try and use the H file? I'm in a bit of a bind. He's trying to use the pins against me. Is he not going to take on... Can I use this H file with rook H4 later? Because the bishop's cutting across a key escape square. If I ever got in rook H4 when his queen wasn't looking on H4, how can that be arranged? You see what I mean? Rook H4. Maybe... Rook g4. Can I shut down anything? Let's just go back. Oh, let's just take this pawn for a moment. It's on the rook anyway. Now I think that would be useful because I'll be attacking two pieces, the knight. Okay. Grab another pawn. Right. Okay. I'll do this. Oh, his check could be dangerous. I don't want this check to be mega dangerous. Why has he done that? Okay, my back row is very weak. Hold on a sec. He's left that pawn.
Check.
Okay.
Check.
Get rid of that rook.
Check.
Try and go back to base.
Check.
And I heard my pawn. Pre-move time. Check and a3.
Check. Check. Check.
Get a2 in.
Check. 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 Time warning. Check. Check. Check.
Oh, hang on.
Check.
Draw.
Check. Check.
Oh, he's got a
Check.
draw out of this. Unfortunately, the way I played it,
Check.
I've allowed a draw.
Check.
Draw.
Check. Check.
Well, isn't it a draw by? I thought it would pick it up on free fold. Sorry. Oh. Okay. Five knights. Oops. Sorry. I thought the draw would pick up on free fold repetition there, without me having to do anything. But apparently it didn't. I didn't really want that, and I didn't want anything more than a draw there, to be honest. Oh well. Okay, five knights. I was surprised. I thought it was a free fold repetition. Maybe not, because when you offer a draw, usually it checks for free fold. So what? Now, why have I played this again? This is the position. Any position like this, I don't like really anymore. I don't think this is good enough with the white pieces. It's not that good enough. It's not good enough for any dynamic, aggressive intent, I think. Nevertheless, it's a position. It's now. It seems as though there might be something brewing here with his bishop there. It's away from that diagonal. So can I cause some issues? Maybe g4. I don't know. Queen a4. I'm cynical of, because there's always a6. I think that's rather pointless. Queen a4. Yeah. That's rather pointless, isn't it? I'm not going to bother with that. d5, though, might be interesting for d6. If the centre becomes open, that's kind of a double attack on d7 and h5. If ed, knight d5, knight d5, queen d5, hitting h5 and d7. So if he castles, well, he can't. You have to handle that. So there might be a couple of loose pieces here. Okay. Bishop takes, queen takes, knight f6 wins the queen. Knight takes. Knight takes. Let's do this actually. So knight takes. No big deal. Just I think knight takes. And there's no big deal, unfortunately. Alright, there is knight f4 trying to pick up this light square bishop. Or double the pawns as well. Oh, okay, I'll double the pawns. Now I probably have nothing here. It looks symmetrical, except he's got double pawns. And I wonder now, why didn't I just play an open Sicilian? I got to try and avoid this this sort of position. It's just too tame. It's just too tame for the white pieces. Try and use the D file. Nothing going on. Okay, knight versus bishop then. Maybe there's a slight sensitivity of the f7 pawn. He's got a check here, king h2. As long as there's no killer check on the diagonal. I'm thinking this might be plausible without losing a rook, I hope. Basically, takes, check, king h2. I'm hoping I'm not losing a rook, basically. Because that might have a benefit of rook f7 at some point. Maybe king h2 and rook f7, for example. Okay.
Check.
Oh, there is queen f4 check. It's on a light square, that helps. But yeah, there's queen f4 check. That's an example of potential disaster. Missing this check. So, if I can g3, take his a7 and return here. The rook seems safe enough, I hope. Nabbing that pawn. Something like g3, h4.
Check.
Okay, this is going to be constructed anyway. It's got to protect the bishop. I'm just thinking to get a knight to g5 to probe more f7. So queen f6, h4 to be followed with... No, knight g5 has got queen f2. Can't do that. Alright. He goes to f6. What about king g2? Plan. Okay, I can do this now. With idea of knight g5. Okay, king g2 maybe for a moment. Keeping things on light squares is a sort of form of prophylaxis, like driving on the other side of the road to avoid an accident. Keeping things on light squares here when he's stronger on the dark squares. And he's got b5, and also not having loose pieces is another good thing in general. Can I attack this pawn? It's not ideal, it's a loose piece. It is on f7. He's neutralized knight g5. I can try fixing this pawn. Now knight g5 here, there's queen c6 check, losing the rook. I can take, there's no queen c6 there, and I can play queen b6. Queen e4, king h2. That might be worth pursuing. I'm hoping I'm not losing the rook. So queen takes b6. He can
Check.
win that pawn, can't he? And there's nothing. And there's nothing but a symmetrical. There's nothing. I'm going to have to grind this out. Okay, I'm going to try and grind this out. Let's see the rook and pawn ending. I'm being cruel here. He's only got like 12 seconds to play this, or whatever, 10 seconds to play this rook and pawn ending. Try and go for an attack with h5, which I think is dangerous if you've only got like 3 seconds. One slip up, like allowing queen h4 at the wrong time, could be fatal. Okay, this is very dangerous. Queen e6 check. I'm sorry, clock situation. Cap 7-8 red. Hi. But that's from the opening. I'm just not. I need to get something dynamic. Otherwise, it's not a fun game really. I didn't. Okay. If you look at Kasparov games in particular, I know he had what seemed to be a much greater opening advantage to people in this era than GMs get nowadays, super GMs get nowadays. But he had like very dynamic, aggressive outcomes to play with as a result, you know, advantageous dynamic play, which you don't get so much nowadays. But I think it's because he knew tons of theory as well, obviously, encyclopedic knowledge. But I don't think he played poxy stuff like I've just done. So is there the possibility of bishop a6? He shut down my bishop. Yeah, I need to stop playing poxy openings where possible. Can I at least try and get rid of his light square bishop? He's always got e4. Oh, okay. Let him play e4 then. Aha! I didn't expect that. He's weakened his light squares. If I try and break my bishop out of prison here, now d4 as well, almost looks tempting. Dissolve this the night before quite quickly, but I think I should do something like that. Alright, so something like bishop c5 and d4. d4 here is possible. There's another tempo gainer here for a moment. d5 is another tempo gainer. That probably does something useful. I think. If I take here, there might be d4. Then he's got bishop d2 though. So what do I achieve? Nothing. I think I'll take And now two rooks for the queen would be interesting. Rook takes check. That's an interesting dynamic. If that works, just make sure. He's got the outside pawn. Do I need the hassle? Maybe a queen d7 for a moment then. I'm having to live with this isolated queen's pawn.
Check.
Mind you, he's still got those light square weaknesses. Yeah, this looks dangerous the way he's played it. Just threatening rook e1. Okay, or rook c1. Alright, knight g4. How does he defend knight g4? It's crude, but might be dangerous. It looks dangerous. Crude sometimes works. F3, huh? Didn't see that one. Okay. Simple and strong. F3. Don't want to go into a fork. Okay. Rook e7, queen d5, as long as I'm not getting back row mated. Rook e7, queen d5. Alright, let's try this. No, I don't want to lose that pawn. Alright, that looks as though I should have some fun stuff on the weaknesses, on the vacuum, potentially. I just don't want my back row to be that weak. D3, rook e3. Then what? Okay, he's given me a key pawn here, it seems. Good one. If takes rook e8 check. Good one. Except there's a snag here with this tactic. It's check, isn't it? Check. There's no time for this rook e8 check.
Check.
I'm glad I played h6, otherwise this would be back row mate.
Check.
Trying to avoid a self pin.
Check.
Just in principle,
Check.
good to avoid self pins. I think this just improves the position to play h4 here. Oh, there's a check here.
Check.
Okay, I'll take that.
Check.
Right, thanks for the game, Max Shrek. E3. That's what I've been playing with recently. Okay. Yeah, I don't think it offers that much. This opening with white here. It seems like it's going to be a tempo down if he plays E4 on a tango that I really like anyway. I must stop playing E3 myself. Possibly. Sometimes I feel it just gets people out of book, and yeah. Okay. He's not going to castle, is he, in a million years? I'm going to do this anyway. I'm going to do this H1 attack anyway. We'll get ready with that. He's not going to castle. I'm tempted. I don't know. E4 is always weakening some squares. Bishop D7. It's not convincing actually. Knight B5. Maybe E4 is dangerous. Or Bishop F5. Okay, I'm going to castle. Let's put it to the test. If castling, maybe some. Okay. I thought some dark square play, but nope. Rook E8 and E4 gives up squares. Try and soften the dark squares with this. Okay, try and play for E4. Maybe under certain conditions E4 might be bearable. As though I might be playing C6. This is an alternative way of playing the position. Playing for C6. Okay. He seems to have a nice position actually. Unfortunately for me. Okay. I'm surprised he didn't take a knight d5. Okay. Try and defend b5 and some more pressure on his position though, I think. Put this bishop back. Maybe I can double the rooks. That b5 is going to drop if I move the rook. Time for something radical. I'll try and win the d5 pawn. Rook c7, knight d5, so it takes that. Bishop b6. It's probably not a great idea this, but okay, he has let me take that pawn. which controls c7. Maybe f5 here for f4. I may have taken him by surprise with this crazy exchange sack. Knight takes e3 is interesting to take, and bishop takes e3 winning d2. Knight takes e3 looks, that was interesting for a moment. Okay, can I protect the bishop so I can play with some more options? I'm going to drive this so I can play d5 to avoid having the pieces look after e4, which means in turn I could also put this bishop on b8 later, and queen d6 could be a threat. So queen d6, he's always got f3 and knight f3, I guess. Knight f4 and knight f3. I'm trying to win his rook. He's always got rook e7. Right, neutralising his better bishop then. Let's get the bishops off for a moment. This doesn't look very good, but if I can get the G file, maybe that's something. King f7 and try and use the G file. If that's going to happen, my queen side is going to drop, I guess.
Check. Check.
No, it's bishop e4. Okay, that's helpful. Hitting the rook. Trying to unpin here. Blockading his asset pawn. Maybe playing for f4 could be handy.
Check. Check.
Knight f5 could be handy.
Check.
Okay. Knight f6. Knight g4. Goes back to that. Okay. d4. No, d4 doesn't help. Or maybe king f4 it does.
Check.
Because I've got e3. This looks dangerous with e3.
Time.
Yeah, time pressure. Thanks for the game, Matchtrack. Fearless one. Okay, let's take her. Oh, I lost a piece recently in this line with black. They just took on d5. I wonder if I can emulate that. That was just for that game. Okay, it's not happening here. If he takes this pawn, I think my bishop drops back. My castle, queen e2, and I think there's some sort of potential there. I'm hoping there's some sort of dynamic potential in this position for the pawn. So castling rook e1, knight e5. This diagonal looks dangerous if he castles later. So let's see. Let's see, example, bishop e7, rook e1, castles. I can't establish a battery that easily of the queen and bishop. Maybe just f4, f5. Yeah. I'll just play for knight e5, f4, f5 to kind of use the default rook on f1. Which was the basis of a classic game covered recently, Botvinnik game. Mind you, in this position he can take on e5 and take on d1. I think he can simplify. He hasn't. Right, I can put pressure on the position, I think. So rook a e1 and f5. Does he want to castle at some point? That helps the centre a little bit. Rook a e1. Okay, this queen h3 looks like a Botvinnik move from that classic game I'm thinking of. It could be useful. This diagonal. Stops him castling queenside, although okay, if he castles kingside, this looks like an aggressive position. It looks like I've got some fun rewards here. Rook a e1. It looks dangerous. I don't know what black's actually doing here. The king might be stranded in the centre. There's no f5 to take. That looks bad for black. I think this is one of my better positions of the evening so far with the white pieces, even though I'm a pawn down. That did seem like a speculative pawn gambit, but here it looks really quite juicy position. Yeah, it looks juicy. In fact, knight g5 takes, got the pin. This knight looks as though it's a goner, actually. Right, there's always a resource, isn't there? There's always a resource. Okay, if I want to keep this pin alive on the g pawn, maybe g4. It looks crazy, but it does mean knight g5, bishop takes. What about g5? G5 is the snag. Not so easy. He's got that g5 square. Not so easy. It's never easy. I'll have to be content with a pawn. Just gonna check. Just want to check. Target end time will be starting a bit late tonight. Let's check my co-producer something quickly. If we are sticking with 11:30, this could be the last game of the evening. Okay, we can go a bit later. Maybe. Okay, we'll go on for a bit more because we started late, I think. Okay. Yeah, what was a gorgeous position, I thought, is nothing again. It's nothing. He can just castle queenside it. I've just made this nothingness. Gone into nothingness land. Okay. In fact, Queen H4 is dangerous. H3, Bishop H3. Queen H4. Ah, I got to stand guard. So he's left with his extra pawn from earlier. I thought I really had optimism there. His knight was stranded. Let's try peeling open the queen side. Yeah, this is more of a defensive move rather than, don't want to risk too much. The check, Bishop D5, I'm just thinking this is a tactic. Queen G7, Bishop E4, Rook F7. Maybe.
Check.
Maybe Queen G7 there. Rook G8, Queen takes F7, and check, that bishop being pinned. So basically, Bishop D5, Queen G7. He's not going for that. Yeah, threatening D5. If Bishop D5, I can take in Queen F7. Now Queen H4, H3, or maybe even take the rook. Queen H2, King F2, doesn't appear mating necessarily, but it's the time pressure that's telling her. I can make this go check.
Check.
Alright, thanks for the game for this one. We're going to play on a little bit more for another half hour. England 2010. Hi there. Now, yeah, okay, he's tangoing it, that's what I wanted, but there's good responses for it, just knight f3. It's another thing which a small percentage is very undesirable territory to have compared to more mainstream openings, but when you do get the tango, there is a little bit of fun to be had, I think, on the dark squares here. So my good friend Paul Giorgio introduced me to this system. He played it a lot, knight c6. In Blitz. We used to organise Blitz tournaments, me, Alex Costas, Karionis and Paul, quite regularly actually. These Blitz tournaments with unhealthy food, crisps and stuff. But it was fun. It was it was a lot of fun. Yeah. Bunnies meetups. Okay, as we call them. So let's see. Knight f6 is probably safer than f5. If I castle and then play for e4. e4 looks as rook e1. My king in the centre is not worth thinking about. Knight f4 looks as though, or what about just bishop d7 with the idea of queen c8 and bishop h3? It's crude, probably dangerous. Now idea bishop h3. If he plays bishop f1, that defends. Oh, f2's hanging anyway. So I just missed his weakness on the last move. His f2 has been neglected on that last move. But okay, that means anyway bishop h3 is also threatened. G takes, queen h3 is mating. g3, bishop g2, g takes, queen h3 is mating on h1. Okay, here I'm gonna. There is a possibility he plays rook f4, knight e4, rook e4, bishop h3, rook takes f4, refutes both ideas. I don't want double pawn, so I think I'm going to take and just take on f2 here. Alright. I'll go with this. Yeah. And this is a check I've just missed, which is very likely. What about king h8? Check, knight g5. So king h8. Let's imagine knight g5. Alright, here I thought bishop g2. But let's throw into the mix bishop. Takes king h8, knight g5. Unfortunately protects h3. Let's see then. Let's put this on the board. Let's just put this on the board. Bishop takes, king takes, knight g5 defends h3. What about king g6 there? Is that crazy?
Check.
It stops queen h5.
Check.
Actually, it introduces rook h1 mating. I mean rook h8, rook h1 mating. I seem to be getting in huge trouble here. Oh. Yeah, I'm in huge trouble. That bishop's now hanging. I wonder if bishop h3 is possible. Knight takes rook h8. There's rook g1 check. Queen f5, queen g2, queen. It's all gone. I don't know. It's gone crazy. The whole position. It's gone crazy. There's knight h3 defending f2. I seem to be, yeah, very, I don't know. Okay, I find myself with some compensation, this is not what was intended. He's shutting my bishop down now.
check,
Let's try and get this bishop activated. How is this endgame? Certainly I didn't intend any of this. That's the beauty of chess. It's so many resources and positions. On the other hand, this ending might not be entirely terrible. If rook h1, rook takes, rook g7 is actually checkmate. So probably a safety precaution needs to be made against that. Like rook h8, I'm hoping I don't get mated there by force. Rook h8 is, this one is useful anyway.
check,
Let's take this bishop. Well, things have improved, I think. Oh, he's still threatening the mate. There's g5 here. Let's try and not get mated for a laugh. So, if takes king e6,
check.
I know it's an amazing resource.
Check,
King e4, f5. King g3, maybe this is the
check.
check here.
Check, check,
Thanks for the game. That was that was, I don't know what to say. I don't have an adjective for it. Unexpected, actually. Maybe unexpected is the right adjective. It's just funny how knight g5 was attacking and defending everything. I know it was near disaster with d5 earlier, but he's already committed the d pawn. So, yeah, I'm going to play this g4 as a good luck charm, because I want to avoid, this whole thing avoids dragon theory, and actually it reminds me of a master game I may have seen of Nakamura. May not have been the exact position. Let's try and keep the queens on, or not. Actually, I'm going to have the queens. I don't mind. It's too complicated tonight. I just let's have some simplicity about this. H file, d5 square. This will do. This will do. Or will it? My king is holding c3. Anytime I play hg, my f4 is exposed. So I've got a c-file problem. Can I create a bind with c4? It will take some while for him to undermine with b5. c4 knight e3 promises f5. d5, that could be a nuisance. Okay. He plays it. Ah, just my luck. Oh well. I guess F5 doesn't do anything here. Maybe ED is actually an idea just to shut down the C file. I'm trying to avoid losing a rook. So I want to play, I think, C4 to try and shut down this C file. And knight E3. And possibly something is brewing with F5 here. A4 is always weakening B3 too much, I believe. What if I did try and weaken his D5 instead? I remember a game of Plaskett against Adams where Plaskett played A4 and regretted it later. This looks more solid than, yeah, what could have been. Now E6 does knight F6 for a moment. HG might be worth playing. Any knight F6, unfortunately his knight is protecting the rook. He's probably threatening E6 now. Because knight F6, there's rook takes F6. And my rook's hanging there. If I played King C3 here, So is E6, and I'm short on time here as well. Getting done over on the clock as well. E6, I'm hoping there's knight F6. Alright, can I do this to try and hold things together? E6, knight F6. I'm hoping not to lose a rook. A3 and B4 to drive the knight back might be handy. There's always, I don't think knight A4 is a killer necessarily. There might be king B3. So imagine A3, B4, knight A4, king B3. The opponent has lost contact or quit. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, I think this is a quick analyze. White's slightly better apparently. Okay, only 0.4. Hi, Shavkat, Canada. Yeah, what was I thinking? Okay, it's a blitz game. It's a blitz game. It's a blitz game. So I'm just gonna do this. There's a bit of compensation here, I think, with that structure. the way he's played it, probably had much better. Yeah, I'm going to go with the H pawn attack now. It's approaching midnight here, so if that has adversely affected my play, I'm sorry about it. It does seem my play's gone a bit strange, because it seems to be completely winning actually after knight takes e4. That's really unfortunate, you know. I was looking forward to something there. I was really looking forward to something there. I don't think this is happening. No. Knight c3, queen d3. It's possible there might be something. Takes check. King h8, knight g6 is mate. But he goes to f8. So in other words, I got to drop this bishop back. Oh no, there's knight g6 picking up the rook. If he takes check, king f8, knight g6 picks up the rook, or mates. Right, this might actually be some good news. Knight c3, knight takes c3, queen h5. Oh, as knight takes e7, there is a bit of good news. In the form of knight takes e7. That was a weakness of the last move. Neglecting e7. Thanks, sorry, that was a bit crazy, that game. Alt off. Oh, we've got this adjourned position. Auto adjourned. Okay. So this was quite interesting. More interesting for black because I don't like to be in this horrible pin. Is knight f6 possible? It holds e4. I was worried about knight e4, but you know, with the idea of rook takes, but knight f6 holds e4. I wouldn't mind the exchanges. As long as I don't lose a rook, that's always good news. Can my king actually walk into the position? Ah, snag, check. He picks up f4. Then he's got knight c1. He's going to be first to munch the pawns. Hold on. I take on
check.
e6. He's got this. I've got a 3-2 over here. I'll go with it. I'll go with it.
Check.
Knight e4 to g3. I'm banking on my knight, rescuing things against his evil h-pawn. Let's play this. Get my c-pawn ready to run. Wait for him to play h2, I think. Ready to roll, maybe. Ready to roll. Knight e4, knight h1. He's got his other pawn. Okay, this is going to be amusing, whatever happens. Knight e4, knight h1, g5, c7, knight d6. This is going to be amusing. King a5, g4, b4, g4. The knight does kind of buy me an extra tempo at least. And he's going to munch the knight with King G2. Oh, he's wasted a bit of time there. I think he should have just gone for the knight. Who knows? The computer will know in the post-mortem, I guess. He's picking up both pawns with knight c8. Knight c8 picks up both pawns. It's a shame. I should have played a4. One inaccuracy. I've just blown my pawns. My poor pawns gone.
Check.
Except it is very short on time. Okay, for the last 5 minutes, let's try the 1 minute auto pairing. So we're approaching 12 PM midnight in UK. Okay, we'll play some 1 minute chess. Or one more 3 minute game. Maybe a 3 minute auto pairing. If you want to vote up, I don't know, 1 fun, 10 boring. If you want to vote on this last game. Oh dear. And I've just lost 4 seconds. That wasn't clever to lose 4 seconds in a bullet game against someone 2500. Mind you, is he going to let me fishing pole
Check.
him?
Check.
Yeah, fishing pole. Wow. Except it doesn't work, does it? He's got this. Bishop f5. Doesn't work. Oh, that was silly. That's why he's 2500.
Check. Check. Check.
Rook h3.
Check.
Cheap out him.
Check. Check.
Surely this wasn't entirely his
Check.
intention to be like
Check.
10 seconds down on the clock, etc. etc.
Check. Time. Check. 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 Check.
Okay. He wants a rematch. Okay, okay. I'll play e3. Knight d6. I've had this sort of scenario before. This Is he inebriated? I'm just wondering. Okay. No. Let's play someone else now on the auto pairing. I did give him a rematch. I'll play
Check.
Carlson's move. I saw this in the recent Carlson game, going back to E7 rather than C5. Gambit already. I'm going to have to take that knight off, aren't I? Oh no, Queen E5 is possible. All I've got is a clock advantage. That's vital in the bullet game. Clock advantage. Vital.
Check.
If you can get it. I'm getting squished. Aren't I? Uh-oh.
Check. 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 Check.
No!
Check. Check. Check.
Oh, he left his rook
Check.
hanging. I didn't take it. That would have secured a draw, I think, on time. If I just take
Check.
his rook, that's a shame. Okay. Okay, I think on that terrible note, it was a draw. It was a draw. No backing material. Let's see. Let's see. My co-producer. Hi there. Should we end here? It's it's 12 p.m. here. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this week. And see you at the earlier time next week, next Friday. Thanks very much. Remember to like the video if you liked the session. Cheers then.